trying to come on here and talk about menopause. And now I'm not saying I know everything. I'm just telling you what I've experienced, especially if, for one, you've had the surgery like I had a year ago, which was the open abdominal hysterectomy. And I was forced into menopause. Now, one thing is I no longer have periods, which that is wonderful. It's like I don't, before, for the first 6 months, maybe 7, 8 months, my body knew, like, it was almost like I would know when I would normally have a menstrual cycle and things like that, because my body, I would bloat and all that kind of stuff. The same thing I would do. I think my body was just so used to it or something. Okay, I wanted to kind of tell you the changes my body went through. I have had weight gain, and that's because of my hormones. First, I'm going to tell you the lowest weight I've been and then where I've kind of stayed at. The lowest weight I've gotten was just kind of like after surgery, because I did lose more after surgery. And I got down to 137. My goal weight, keep in mind, my goal weight is 145. So I went down to 137. Now quickly, after getting down to 137, I got back up to 145. And then I began hovering between 145 and 150. So I'm going to put a picture up here. And I think, yeah, here. This picture here, I was at 150, and I could have been even a little bit, probably between 150 to 155. I'd say it was probably between hovering, but I was at 150, like, I mean, sticking solid, because I didn't stand on the scale all the time, but when I did, I was at 150. So that picture there, that's where I was. Now I gained 9 pounds, because my weight, it was between 145 and 150, and I told you kind of stayed at 150. But then when I noticed the weight gain, because I could tell, I had it in my hips, in my midsection, and I'm eating, especially when I'm not saying I eat perfect all the time, but I'm eating good. I'm eating good things, and it's still like, and right now it's like I'm in this, I'm stuck, state. So one thing, I got this book. So right now I'm at 159. That's my weight now. So I'm 9 pounds. I have 9 pounds to get back down, to where I was the last few months. Like between October, no, not October. It was like August, September, probably towards the end of August, all the way up through December. That's when I started gaining for some reason, because my hormones. For one thing, I wasn't taking anything for like a hormone replacement. I did, and then I told you I started this. I have a friend that lives really close to me, and she was telling me to get on progesterone, and I'm thinking about starting that. It's like a natural. She's going to give me the link and everything to that, because it'll help me with my moods, because sometimes this entire week I've been eating good, but I haven't really been working out. But yet I've been doing a lot of housework, like house cleaning and stuff. So this week I'm going to start back with lifting and things. I kind of took a break. I kind of needed this. I felt bad because I know I really wanted to lift and do my normal workouts. So I was doing a lot of house cleaning, like deep cleaning, organizing stuff, going through, vacuuming. You should see my house. I mean, it's super clean. But I was just constantly moving, doing stuff, so I'm burning some kind of calories. But for the longest time, there are times I feel sad, because I know where I was, and I'm not there where I used to be like a year ago. And then I kind of got to the place where I'm saying, you know what, I need to appreciate where I'm at now. Yes, I'm not at where I was last year, around this time. But I have to embrace myself now where I'm at. I still have my goals, and and even though I'm telling you, it is a fight. It is a fight to get back to where I was, but I'm still, it's not, the one thing I have to tell myself is I didn't gain all the weight back. that's a good thing. It's well, this is a recent picture of myself here. Okay, I don't look at myself and say, oh, I look bad, but when you've been to a certain weight and sculpted and things, you know, it can be a little bit frustrating at times. I'm not gonna lie, but this book here is the hormone diet. This is so informative, you guys. I needed to read this book. I was at the library and I saw this. I wasn't even looking for this book because I was getting books for school, and I saw this book, and this was like, I was like, thank you, Lord. I needed this book. And I just started. I'm only on page 63. And I'm telling you guys, anything I get from this, I will do more videos to share more input on this, because it really does. Hormones play a vital part in, you know, in our bodies. I'm just saying, as far as, I promise you, you know, I can tell you, I'm not here eating all this bad stuff, even though I'm saying I have my moments. Okay, I have my moments when I may eat something, but I'm not like, and so I'm reading this because I want to educate myself on this. So I need to know, what foods do I need to eat? Okay, if I see that the fat is being like, oh, I'm getting some more on my hips, because I'm telling you, it went to my hips, it went to my midsection, and I lost some toning. But yeah, I mean, I still have some muscle. You know, I do have a muscle because I've been lifting and things for a few weeks straight. You know, on my lifting schedule, I kind of took a week off. But I think taking that week off is going to help me come back strong next week. But I can't fit, just to give you an idea as far as what I wear. Like before, I can still put on my size 6 jeans, but they don't look the same like last year, so I don't wear them out. So I got my size 10 shorts. I said my jean shorts. I got a size 10 jean shorts, and I still have room in them, so I could have purchased in a size 8. But for me, I'm comfortable for now. Like, you know, like wearing the 10, and I can still wear some of my shirts, even that I wore when I was 9 pounds lighter. So there's still some things I can wear, some things I won't wear yet because of my midsection. But I just do what I can do, and at least I'm not just giving up altogether, because I'm telling you, if I didn't start taking this and didn't start taking this again, because this is when the weight was going up. Oh wait, hold on, let me back on that. I said that I gained 9 pounds. Okay, it started climbing. Like, I remember I stepped on and it went up higher than 159. I'm saying it was to where I had 13 pounds to lose. And then I started taking this a couple of months ago, or 2 or 3 months ago. Then I started taking the Black Cohosh supplements daily. Once I started doing that, watching what I eat, exercising regularly, that's when I started seeing it started going back down. So I'm getting this book because I want to get the additional 9 pounds off. This right here, this is going to help me, so I'll know what things I can eat. One thing I will share with you, I make this soup. Your body will crave, if you really listen to your body will crave things that it actually needs to help you. I've been making this soup. It's a combination of, I put like red onions in there first and a little bit of olive oil. Red onions. Then I add in my other vegetables like chopped Brussels sprouts. I heard my husband calling me. I said, I'm doing a video. Are they wanting to come out? Okay. Yes. No more fighting. Okay. They had to get out ground. They were fighting and stuff. They had to go to their rooms. Anyways, okay. I put in the red onions. Then I didn't add this the last time, but sometimes I do shred in some carrots, but I didn't this time. I put in the onions, Brussels sprouts, stir that up. I chop up with some chopped sweet potatoes. This is fresh sweet potatoes. Chop that up. Put that in there. Some lentil beans. Okay, they're just called lentils. And put some chicken broth in there. Let that boil. Actually, I let the vegetables simmer first. Kind of saute that first. Then I add the chicken broth. Then I add in the kale greens. And I just let that simmer for a few hours. And I'm telling you guys, it's so delicious. I was just reading in this book, The Hormone Diet, and she was talking about these different vegetables, because you have to say, where's the fat? This helps you because if you see where the fat is, where is it going? Like I told you, my hips, my midsection. I see where, you know, it went. And it also went, I mean, I went up a raw size too. So I see that, but where it mostly went, I can see. And she talks about the foods that you should be eating, like this, like get these type of vegetables. And I remember I saw it said like cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, all that kind of stuff. All that stuff is in my soup. So my body was actually letting me know because I was craving this. And so I've been making that soup and things. But I wanted to come on here. This is going to be kind of like a part. This is going to be like, I might call this my hormone talk series. And this is just kind of like an introduction to it to kind of see, you know, I want you to experience it with me because, you know, I'm in menopause dealing with this and losing weight at the same time. So staying fit, strong while dealing with menopause, I believe it is possible. You can do this. And so I'm doing this as a way to talk about it because it helps me. And I'll give you any updates if I've changed anything as far as supplements, what I'm taking, because there's actually a lot of things in here she talks about that you can actually take, like different supplements and things to help. Okay, but I'm about to get off because it seemed like they got to go back to their room because I can hear them fighting. But yeah, so if you're dealing with this, check this book out at the library, The Hormone Diet, and by Natasha Turner. Oh, ND. I put MD on Facebook. I need to switch that back to ND. But until next time, thank you for taking the time to listen to me. I will go more in detail for part 2. I'm just ending this now, but this week I will do another video. So comment if you're dealing with this too, so we can kind of be each other's support system, you know. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Until next time, you have a blessed day.